Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Flock-Free Rule the Roost podcast. How's everybody doing today? So we're at our studios in Freehold, New Jersey. Rob's in the background doing his thing, making me look good and sound good. Today we're going to talk about, I thought we'd talk about a specific product today and why we use it and how it works. But before we get started, we have to start with the joke of the day. So the joke of the day is, why did the chicken cross the road, roll in mud, and then cross back over the road? Anybody out there have an idea? Well, that chicken was a dirty double crosser, is what he was. So I did get a couple laughs in the darkness in front of me here. So anyway, so today's episode, we're going to concentrate on a product that we have called Surface ProTac. What is Surface ProTac? Where to get the idea of that? So I'm always looking for new ways of doing things. So one of the things that I came across very early on in bird control is that birds don't like sticky things. They don't like to land on sticky things. Now, if you're a duck or a goose or a vulture, those types of big birds, it doesn't apply to those. But any type of bird that you're most likely to see around the house or in a warehouse environment, those birds are tree-dwelling birds or cliff-dwelling birds. So back in the day, before there were houses and buildings everywhere, they used to live in trees and on cliffs and things like that. So they don't like anything sticky because they're part of the food chain. So when a bird is hanging out, if his feet are sticky and a hawk comes along or an eagle comes along or some other predator, they need to get out of there quickly. So they don't like anything sticky. So that's the reason that we started using sticky stuff. That's where the gel products all came from back in the day. And gel's good and works great, but gel is only for like interior spaces because gel will melt in the sun and you get it on your hands and it's very uncomfortable. It gets messy. We have a way of doing it correctly, which we'll go over in another episode. But I was looking around for something different. What could we do to make things sticky, but it wouldn't necessarily, bother people? So I came up with this product. It's a liquid plastic, and we call it Surface ProTac because anything you put it on makes it really tacky. And it comes in a gallon, comes in a quart, and we have a little small applicator that we use now too. And the idea behind this stuff is that you simply take a brush, a roller, or a little applicator like this. This applicator actually has a little felt tip on it, and you squeeze it and rub it on. And what we do is we put 4 or 5 coats on. And you put 4 or 5 thin coats on because you want it to dry clear. If you are putting this product on the outside of a building and there's a window above and the people look out the window and look down, you don't want them to see anything. You want bird control to be as invisible as possible and effective. People spend a ton of money on their buildings, restaurants and things because they want to have it, be shoppable. They're competing with the restaurant next door. That's why everything is red and yellow. It's scientifically proven that people are attracted to red and yellow, wants to make them eat stuff. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I read. So anyway, we make stuff sticky. We want to make it sticky and invisible. So that's what the Flock-Free Surface ProTac does. We put 5 coats on any kind of outdoor surface. It gets super sticky. And it works sort of like this. I applied a little bit to this piece of cardboard here. And I'm just going to put my hand on it. And it makes it really super sticky. This cardboard's not coming off my hand. And yet when I remove my hand from it, there's no transfer to my hand. So I can take the Surface ProTac and put it on anything outdoors, make it uncomfortable for the birds and not uncomfortable to people. So that used to always be the big ick with gel. You can't put gel outside because it runs, gets on people's hands. This is now a way of making an outdoor surface sticky and keeping the birds away. So if you have birds sitting on a mailbox, a ledge, a balcony, anything where birds are hanging out and you want to get them to move, we have a solution now. To make it one step better, our philosophy is always give birds a visual with a consequence. So what we'll do is we'll apply a little UV paint. Our UV paint comes in the same shape applicator as a felt tip. The only different thing is it would have UV paint in here. And we put some UV paint on a surface first, and then we apply the Surface ProTac over it in 4 or 5 simple coats. And man, that stuff gets so sticky. And the other thing about it is it gets so sticky, but when it rains, it cleans itself. It actually becomes unsticky, and then it gets sticky again. So it's a self-cleaning mechanism. And that's one of the reasons why we don't use this product indoors, because if you were to put it indoors in a dusty environment, the Surface ProTac will get dusty, it wouldn't clean itself, and will become ineffective over maybe 6 months or so. So if you don't mind cleaning it yourself every 6 months or so, which is like reoccurring revenue, which is a good thing, If it's easy to reach and you want to just reapply it once every 6 months or so, you could definitely do that as well. So this is like a nice little easy way of getting simple control. So what we like to do is put the Surface ProTac on the outside of different things. And after we're done applying the Surface ProTac, we will use our tank mix spray. In this case, it's an RTU bottle that we sell homeowners and things, but for today's demonstration purposes, it's great. So you put the Surface ProTac down and you would spray this product. This gets sprayed 3 weeks in a row and then monthly as needed. So if you do this religiously, you may never have to apply the Surface ProTac again, because this has something called Invisidye in it, and this makes everything look purple. You put the UV paint down, which is purple, and then this is purple. And it's a nice 1-2 punch, easy way to do bird control, whether you're a homeowner, pest control operator. It's just a super simple way of doing things. And again, you're being very effective, you're doing it affordably, and you're not ruining the exterior appearance of a building. So that's what we like to do with Flock Free. We want to do bird control, we want to be effective, we want to be, you know, as reasonable as we can price-wise, and we want to make it work the first time. And then also, we treat birds like we do any type of other animal. We treat it monthly, and that's where the spray comes in. Now, if you put something up and it's the only thing you do, you're not going to have success. So if you can mix and match different things, this covers, this little application that we discussed today covers my ABC moment. You know, we have a visual with multiple consequences, sticky, and then the tank mix has the vaporization that bothers the birds. And none of this stuff will hurt the birds. That's the other thing that's very important. We can do this type of bird control in front of PETA or any kind of animal organization. They really don't mind, because we're just teaching the birds to move. We're not hurting them. And that's what we're all about at Flock Free. So after I'm done yapping here, my sticky stuff, we're going to cut into a video. We do test this stuff. We don't test it on birds, but we did test it on our warehouse man, George, who was a volunteer. And you're going to see exactly how sticky and annoying this stuff will be if you were a bird. It's pressure sensitive, so the bigger the bird, the stickier it is. Like little bird will stick, big bird sticks really hard. So again, nice, easy product. Thought we'd talk about a specific product today. No guest today, just a lovely studio audience. And if you have any questions, reach out to Flock Free, www.flockfree.com. The product is available on our website. For homeowners, it's available on Amazon. So if you have any questions at all, give us a call. And like I said, Surface ProTac, Flock Free, let's go. We don't test it on animals per se, but we will test it on our guy, George. George, hop on that Surface ProTac and see what happens. What happens? Pretty hard,
Very sticky.
Now step on it again and jump up and down, see what happens.
Yes, it's sticky.
Perfect.